All good. Antwon, all good. All good. Straightforward. It's 7 millions.
Court call 26 CM 1194, State of Wisconsin versus Antwon, Allgood, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Antoine Allgood is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. I do have a mailing address to provide. It should be should be sent to P.O. Box 16911 in Milwaukee, 53216, and Mr. Allgood is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. As to count one, I do make a probable cause finding and enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Allgood's behalf. State's position on bail.
Signature bond, no contact with the co-defendant Curtis Curry, and a ban from the state Langdon and capital areas.
Any objection, counsel?
Can you not be? Do you have work? Do you need? I'm sorry, what was it? Capital in Langdon?
State Langdon.
State in Langdon?
The ban area right here.
Do you need that to be in those areas?
Yeah.
Okay, no objection.
And
State Langdon and Capitals.
Correct.
Is that an issue?
No.
Okay, no objection.
I will then give you a signature bond, sir. I'll order during the pendency of this action, you have no contact with the co-defendants Curtis Curry and that you are banned from the two ban areas you've been given, the Capitol Square ban map and the State and Langdon ban area. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, right this way, sir.
Should we begin?
Next is
Okay,
Javon.
they're gonna give it to you.
Oh,
That's right. Yvonne Thomas. The paperwork. Stand on the yellow.
Court will call 26 CM 1206, State of Wisconsin versus Javon Thomas, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Javon Thomas is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. It appears that the address on the complaint is the proper mailing address for Mr. Thomas. And when we spoke with him, he did not qualify on this case for public defender representation.
Sir, you have a right to an attorney. This is a criminal matter. You're being given a sheet regarding information on how to apply to the public defender's office. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision. Make sure you explore all your options. You have a right to be represented in this matter. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Thomas's behalf. State's position on bail.
We had a victim who wished to speak but was unable to, so just first on their behalf, they're requesting no contact and a ban from the 1100 block of North Sherman Ave, and the state is also requesting those. The victim is Kimber P, Kymber, and a signature bond.
Kimber B.
P.
P.
I'm sorry, I didn't, the last number that you were lost in?
1100 North Sherman Ave.
Any objection?
Did someone want to speak or was you?
No, speak now.
I see, okay.
Sorry.
So, no, of course, we have no objection to a signature bond and we don't have any objection to the geographic ban. I am asking that, Commissioner, you consider allowing for contact through a third person only for the purpose of child placement and custody and child care decisions. It's my understanding that there's currently a exchange happening at a Quick Trip. And that's, with my understanding, it's because of a family court order. So I would like to have Mr. Thomas continue to have placement with his child that she shares with Ms. P. But if we could just add a component that any sort of communication be through a third person, the exchanges be through a third person at that same location. And limiting the purpose of communication through that third person for placement, childcare decisions and the like.
The order allows for placement Thursday to Sunday. But that does not give an exchange place at all in regards to the child or any way to exchange.
Your Honor, the victim is requesting maybe doing it at a public safety station.
A public safety, like a police department?
Yeah,
Is there a police station she's requesting?
I don't have a specific one.
Back in 1100 block of North Sherman. Probably closest would be the East Police Station.
Yes, East PD.
I will order a signature bond. I will order as conditions, no contact with Kimber P, a ban from the 1100 block of North Sherman in regards to child placement and exchanges. Those exchanges should take place at the Madison East Police Station. For father's placement, mother should either find someone else to do the exchange or father should find someone else to pick the child up. The two of you cannot be there together and it's your responsibility to not violate this. You can have no contact with her whatsoever. So make sure that you figure out who can pick the child up for you, just so that you don't unintentionally violate it by picking up the child there.
But just to be clear, it's fine for the third party chosen by either to communicate with each
I'm not-
other.
Not allowing communication from him whatsoever. He's to have no contact whatsoever. Third parties can do the exchange.
Okay, I'm worried about how that gets arranged then, if there cannot be any communication.
I'm ordering no contact whatsoever. So they know, I'm saying right now, the exchanges shall happen at the East Police Station and the times. We are adjourned.
Right, this way, sir. Next is Jacob Caps. Caps, Jacob Caps.
Court will call 26 CF 1177, State of Wisconsin versus Jacob Paps Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Yes, please.
Appearance today? Okay. Jacob Capps is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. It does appear that the address on the criminal complaint is the proper mailing address. And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Capps is eligible for public defender representation on this case.
Mr. Capps, you're being given a copy of the map to the public defender's office and information on regards to how to apply for an attorney to represent you in this matter. This is a criminal case. You have a right to an attorney. Make sure you follow up and get yourself an attorney to represent you and your interests. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. As to the misdemeanors, or as to the case, I make a probable cause finding. As to the misdemeanors, I enter a not guilty plea. State's position on bail.
I apologize, Your Honor. I didn't have this one on my list. Can I have a moment to find it?
Yes.
Could you maybe spell the last name for me?
CAPPS.
Okay, thank you.
We had a few cases on file.
Okay,
What is?
Here it is, which,
okay.
I don't know, because they gave me a court date already, so I don't know how many court dates I had.
Okay.
Okay. The state is requesting a signature bond, no contact with Nathan B. or Hugo G. except in their official capacities as law enforcement officers.
I can't understand your last letters. Hugo,
I'm sorry, B as in boy,
thank you.
What would you?
Was it Nathan B as in boy as well?
Nathan B as in boy, Hugo G as in God, except in their official capacity. And then no consumption or possession of alcohol and no operation of a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
No objection.
I will then give a signature bond. I will order that you are not to possess or consume alcohol during the pendency of this action. You are not to drive a motor vehicle. You are to have no contact with Nathan B. or Hugo G. unless in their official capacity as law enforcement officers. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Mr. Capps has chosen to waive them.
Those are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned. Good luck to you,
I
sir.
just want to clarify the motor vehicle operation. I think the request was to not operate without a valid license.
To not operate a motor vehicle without a valid license.
That's the order.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Mr. Capps, ready to slide, please.
Next is Tommy Crawford, appearance Gibson.
There is. No. I got one.
Very good.
Court will call 26 CM 1197, State of Wisconsin versus Tommy Crawford. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Tommy Crawford appears for this proceeding by video from his cell in the Dane County Jail. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Crawford, could you please indicate with a thumbs up whether you can hear everything that's been said so far? Thank you. And one more time, if you could just give a thumbs up if you have received a copy of the criminal complaint. All right, I'm seeing thumbs up to both of those questions. So we acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. Mr. Crawford, should mail be sent in care of the Beacon on East Washington Avenue? If you could indicate with a thumbs up, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Crawford is eligible for a public defender on this case.
Mr. Crawford, this is a criminal matter. As such, you have a right to an attorney. If you can apply for the public defender's office, see if you qualify for one at state expense. If they turn you down, you could appeal that decision. But this is a criminal matter and you do have a right to an attorney, so you should pursue all measures in order to have representation. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Crawford's behalf. State's position on bail.
A signature bond, no contact with the co-defendant Farah Aris, FARAARIS, a ban from the Beacon properties, and no consumption or possession of alcohol.
Any objection, counsel?
One moment. Mr. Crawford, do you have a different mailing address to provide if the commissioner orders you to not be at or around the Beacon on East Washington? We just want to make sure you can get your mail. The job center?
Yes.
Okay, so if we could just have it reflect the job center at 1819 Aberg Avenue, that would be wonderful. Beyond that, no objection.
I will then order a signature bond, no contact with the co-defendant Farah Aris, no contact and a ban from the Beacon to not consume or possess any alcohol during the pendency of this action. We are adjourned.
Next is Kenny Collins. Kenny Collins. Collins, you did it. You said yours.
I'm from the public defenders. Just hear about the whole.
Court will call 26 CF 1157, State of Wisconsin versus Kenny Collins. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
We're gonna try for that, for sure. Mr. Kenny Collins is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We both have a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. Looks like Mr. Collins can receive mail at the job center on Aberg Avenue, and he is eligible for public defender representation.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding as to the single misdemeanor in the case. I will enter a not guilty plea. State's position on bail.
A signature bond, no controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a prescription.
Any objection? Counsel?
No objection to a signature bond with the conditions of no controlled substances or drug paraphernalia.
I will then give Mrs. Collins
Do you
signature
want to
bond. I
have
will order
your
during the pendency of
preliminary
this
hearing?
action that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. Time limits, counsel?
These are felony offenses. You can have your preliminary hearing set within 20 days, or you can have a status conference and then decide if you want.
I want a preliminary.
We will not waive time limits.
Time limits are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be scheduled.
Thank you.
Next is Nathan Abernathy.
Nod.
Abernathy, Nathan Abernathy.
Roll call 26 CF 1176, State of Wisconsin versus Nathan Abernathy, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Nathan Abernathy appears in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address on the complaint is the correct one for mailing, and we have not been able to determine if Mr. Abernathy qualifies for SPD on this case.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. Mr. Abernathy, you've been given a copy of the public defender information. It tells you how to apply for a public defender to represent you on these matters. Make sure you follow up on that. This is a criminal matter. You have a right to be represented by counsel. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision, but make sure you pursue all options to get representation. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $2,000 cash in this case and that Mr. Abernathy not operate a motor vehicle. In support of the cash, he has never had a driver's license, but was allegedly driving well over the speed limit and running lights, signs, fleeing from officers. For those reasons, we believe some cash is necessary to assure his appearance.
Counsel.
I disagree. I think that this is a situation where Mr. Abernathy can be given the benefit of the doubt and be given a signature bond. I'm not aware of any prior missed court appearances. This is a relatively low-level felony. Once, if we assume what is written in the complaint is true, he was cooperative with the officers. He's 18 years old as he stands here before you. He has a local address and he's resided in Madison all of his life. He's provided my office with a phone number. He has, he's attending school. He has a 1-year-old and he has a job, which he's had for the last 3 months in tree removal. I think that those establish very deep-rooted ties to this area, and without a history of, missing court or there being any sort of prior charges or convictions that would indicate Mr. Abernathy is a flight risk, I would ask that the court order a signature bond. No objection to the non-monetary conditions proposed by the state.
I've heard that nothing that tells me that Mr. Abernathy has a criminal history. However, these conduct and the alleged fleeing, eluding are serious in nature. They endanger the public and everyone at large. It also gives this court cause to believe that you'll voluntarily show up at court when you are fleeing from officers as alleged in this complaint. However, given your young age and the lack of criminal history that I'm aware of or lack of missed court appearances, I am going to give you an opportunity to appear on your own recognizance. I will give you a signature bond. I will order that you not operate a motor vehicle and that you not drive without a valid driver's license, but first condition will cover that. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsels.
I'm not saying wait the hearing itself, I'm just saying you could give it a little more time for you to explore it. Give you more time. Because we're not gonna appoint a lawyer. Or if you wanted to go right to preliminary hearing, I think you're gonna get it by then.
I'll give it more.
Okay. Mr. Abernathy has chosen to waive the time limits.
Time limits are waived. The status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is Curtis Curry, appearing via Zoom.
Roll call 26 CM 1195, State of Wisconsin versus Curtis Curry, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Curtis Curry appears for this proceeding from the Dane County Jail by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Curry, were you provided a copy of the criminal complaint? If you could give a thumbs up indicating, okay, great. And then is there a good address for mailing that we could provide to the court? The job center on Aberg? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So for mailing, I'm sure the clerk heard the Aberg Avenue address. And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Curry is eligible for a public defender on this case.
This is a criminal matter. As such, you have a right to be represented by counsel. You need to make sure you immediately contact the public defender's office and see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision, but you want to make sure that you get yourself legal representation to pursue this matter on your behalf. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea as to count 2 on Mr. Curry's behalf. State's position on bail.
Signature bond, no contact with the co-defendant ANTWANN ANTWANN. A ban from the State Street Langdon area and the Capitol area.
Any objection, counsel?
Any objection, Mr. Curry, to a signature bond with the conditions that were proposed by the state?
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Okay, I understand, but it's also.
Okay, I'm gonna take that to mean no objection.
Then I will give Mr. Curry a signature bond. I will order that you not have any contact with Antoine Allgood during the pendency of this action and that you are banned from the state Langdon and Capitol map ban areas. We are adjourned on Mr. Curry's case.
Next, Miguel Morales, Zia.
Miguel Morales, Isaiah.
Court will call 26 CF 1167, State of Wisconsin versus Miguel Morales Acia,
Sarah.
appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Your Honor, Mr. Morales Isaiah appears in person and by his attorney, Robert Ruth. Could I have just about 10 seconds? Okay, thank you, Your Honor. We're ready. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint, waived reading, and we do waive time limits for the prelim.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $10,000 in this case and a passport surrender, no contact with any minors, and no internet access. This is a serious felony that has been alleged, and we believe that he is a flight risk due to ties in other countries.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Morales Isaiah does not possess a passport. His passport is in the possession of immigration. He is in this country legally. He entered legally with the work permit. He is working very hard at gaining his legal status in this country, or I should say a more permanent legal status. He does have legal status right now. He came with his family, his sister, his half sister, and his uncles and his father. He has very strong interest in staying here. So I understand that he has a connection to another country, but he worked very hard to get here. And he has a very powerful interest in staying here. So I think that greatly alleviates the flight risk. He is a student at Madison Memorial. He is scheduled to graduate in 2 weeks. He has no prior court cases. He's never been in any kind of trouble before. I understand that it's a serious case, but I don't think that, I mean, most times in these cases, we do a signature bond. I think his situation is a little bit different because he was born in another country. He does have a connection to another country, but he has a very strong incentive to stay here. He's worked very hard to get here. So I think that greatly alleviates the need for high cash. I honestly think you could do a signature bond or low cash. Oh, and also I do want to talk about the no contact. So 2 things. He has an infant half sister who is cared for by his stepmother. So if you read in the complaint that child was present and when the police came, and he also works at McDonald's. And so I would propose no unsupervised contact with minors. I think would be more appropriate.
To my knowledge, Mr. Morales has no prior charges or criminal cases that have been pending here. He's, according to counsel, in the country legally. The charges themselves are extremely severe in nature. Mr. Morales is young. Given all that, and the mandatory minimums that are on there, I do think some cash bill is necessary to assure his appearance at court. I'm going to set the amount of $500. I'm going to order that if he does gain somehow or have possession of his passport, it get turned over. However, that will not be a condition of his release, given that counsel represents that it's currently in the custody of immigration. I'll order no unsupervised contact with minors. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
We waive them, Judge.
Those are waived. Status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Great.
Next will be. That'll be all this.
Okay, where you go? Next is Alyssa Walden. Great, she doesn't. DJ Walden.
Court will call 23 CF 2899 and 26 CF 712, State of Wisconsin versus Alyssa Walden for bail hearings, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Ms. Alyssa Walden appears for this proceeding by video from the Dane County Jail. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni.
We are here for bail hearings, state's position on bail.
On 23 CF 2899, state is requesting $2,500 cash. On 26 CF 712, state is requesting $10,000 cash. In support of both of those cash requests, Ms. Walden missed court on May 18th, which was returned May 23rd, and a bench warrant was issued, and also missed on March 9th. Was in custody on $10,000 on April 14th, and that's all.
Attorney Lencioni.
So I did have an opportunity, Commissioner, to speak with Ms. Walden's attorney prior to this proceeding today. Today was in fact the attorney's first day back in the office after being gone. So Ms. Walden had been taken into custody on referred charges that were declined ultimately by the district attorney's office. And it is my understanding that Ms. Walden was informed that she did not have any upcoming court dates. That would have created, I think, some confusion on her part after receiving some prior information from another individual about a court date. And then while her assigned attorney was away from the office, it's my understanding that Ms. Walden did reach out to her attorney, but only to be greeted with a voicemail greeting indicating that her assigned attorney was out of the office. So I believe based on the attorney's representation that the mix up with the court date was unintentional on Ms. Walden's part and was simply a misunderstanding after receiving conflicting instructions on what she was to do.
It looks like there's multiple missed court appearances in these two cases, at least in 23 CF 2899, 26 CF 712. Had a cash bond set that's been posted. Given that this isn't the first missed court appearance in this case, I do think some cash bail is necessary, given the mixed messages that may have been distributed to the defendant by counsel. I don't believe too high cash bail is necessary. In 23 CF 2899, I will set cash bail in the amount of $1,000. In 26 CF 712, I will also set cash bail in the amount of $1,000. I believe there's already $500 posted, so that's an additional $1,500 on these cases. I will reinstate all non-monetary conditions. We are adjourned in Ms. Walden's cases.
Next is Jose Garcia Escobar.
Jose Garcia Escobar.
Court will call 26 CF 1166. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Jose Garcia Escobar is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. It does appear that the address on the criminal complaint is the proper mailing address on West Main. And Mr. Garcia Escobar is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas as to any misdemeanor charges. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $250 cash and that he not operate a motor vehicle or consume or possess any alcohol. Mr. Garcia Escobar is now facing a felony OWI and was just convicted of his third OWI on May 6th. And the state believes that cash is needed to make sure he appears.
Counsel.
We request a signature bond be ordered in this case. There is no objection to the non-monetary conditions being proposed of no driving and no consumption of alcohol. Even though this is a felony level OWI charge, I have not heard any information that Mr. Garcia Escobar has failed to appear for court. He lives in Dane County in Sun Prairie. He's resided in Dane County, Wisconsin for the last 10 years. He has 2 minor children who reside with him, and he has very stable employment as a painter. And when I say stable, I mean that he has had that employment for the last 10 years. So despite the felony nature of the charge, we are asking for a signature bond for those reasons.
The recent OWI conviction gives us court concern about Mr. Escobar's alcohol intake, given the newest charge and the allegations alleged in this complaint. I believe by ordering that he not operate a motor vehicle whatsoever and that he not possess or consume any alcohol are conditions that will help ensure safety to the public. And it will give him a signature bond, time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
Do you want your court date appointed or farther out?
Este es el caso. Este es el no, hay un caso que fue denegado. Este sería el tercero. This should be the third. This is not the third. There was one case that was rejected.
You will work with your attorney.
There is a sign. Yo tengo un caso que fue desistido. The case that was dismissed.
Okay, we will not waive time limits.
Time limits are not waived. A status count or preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned.
Policeman Diaz Vargas. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Policeman, Enrique Diaz Vargas. A la expo.
Court call 26 CF 1158, Clisman Enrique Diaz Vargas, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Clisman Diaz Vargas appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. I do have a different mailing address to provide. My understanding is that mail can be sent to 2207 Woodview, one word, Court, Apartment 11, Madison, 53713. And it appears as though, no?
Perdón. Nuestros desempeños de apartamento junto. Démosle porque aparece esa dirección. Sí, eso es.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the address on the complaint is the proper mailing address. My apologies.
I'm fine.
Oh, but at apartment 5. Okay. And Mr. Diaz Vargas is not eligible at this time for public defender representation.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I did make a probable cause finding. Mr. Diaz Vargas, you're given a copy of the public defender's application information. This is a felony matter. You have a right to an attorney and to be represented by counsel. You need to make sure that you can apply at the public defender's office again. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision. You want to make sure you get yourself legal representation to look out for your interests in this case. State's position on bail.
Signature bond, no consumption or possession of alcohol, and a ban from places that primarily serve alcohol like bars and nightclubs.
Any objection, counsel?
There is no objection.
I will then give a signature bond. I will order that you are not to possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. And you are banned from places that their primary establishment serves alcohol, such as bars or taverns. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Question about that. Does Mr. Diaz Vargas already have a preliminary hearing scheduled?
He does not. He was scheduled for a.
Oh, okay. We will not waive time limits.
Those are not waived, and a preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled.
Next is Edwin Flores. Comes via Zoom. Not seen that.
Court will call 26 CM 1204.
26 CM 1204.
State of Wisconsin versus Edwin Florencio.
Estado de Wisconsin contra Edwin Florencio.
Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Fiscal asistente Cook por el estado.
Mr. Edwin Florencio appears for this proceeding by video from the Dane County Jail. In the court.
Haciendo por video de la cárcel del condado de Dane.
In the courtroom is attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance.
Desinvención como comparecencia especial.
Mr. Florencio, could you please give a thumbs up if you were provided a copy of the criminal complaint?
Señor Florencio, ¿puede usted señalar con el dedo gordo si ha recibido una copia de la denuncia criminal?
Thank you.
Gracias.
For the record, that he gave a thumbs up.
Yes, thank you.
Para señalarlo con el dedo gordo arriba.
And one more time, Mr. Florencio, if the mailing address on the criminal complaint on Maria Street, could you indicate with a thumbs up if that's the correct mailing address, please?
Y si me puede señalar también si la dirección en la calle María Street es la dirección correcta, señor. Si me puede señalar con su mano otra vez.
He is giving a thumbs up.
Ha señalado con su dedo por dos veces.
And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Florencio is eligible for a public defender on this case.
No hemos logrado determinar si el señor Florencio está elegible para el defensor público en este caso.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint.
He revisado la denuncia.
I do make probable cause findings as to all the charges and enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Florencio's behalf.
Determino que hay motivo fundado para todos los cargos y entro en el acta una declaración no culpable en nombre del señor Florencio.
Mr. Florencio, this is a criminal matter.
Señor Florencio, este es un caso criminal.
You have a right to an attorney.
Usted tiene derecho a ser representado por un abogado.
You need to make sure that you apply at the public defender's office and see if you qualify for state representation.
usted necesita ver si usted califica para un defensor público en las oficinas del defensor público del estado.
If they turn you down, you can always appeal that decision or hire an attorney on your own.
Si ellos te negan la asignación de un abogado, usted puede apelar a esa decisión o contratar a su propio abogado.
But you want to make sure you get representation for a counsel looking out for your interests.
Pero usted debe asegurarse de contratar un abogado para representar sus intereses.
State's position on bail.
Posición del estado sobre la fianza.
State is requesting $5,000 cash,
El estado está pidiendo $5,000 de fianza en efectivo.
and that Mr. Florencio not operate a motor vehicle or consume any alcohol.
Y que el señor Florencio no vuelva a operar ningún vehículo y que no consuma o posea alcohol.
In support of the cash, this is Mr. Florencio's, an additional open OWI for Mr. Florencio.
Para respaldar la exigencia de tener una fianza de efectivo, este es un segundo caso pendiente por manejar en estado de ebriedad para el señor Florencio.
And a bench warrant was issued on May 15th.
Y se impuso una orden del arresto del señor Florencio el día 15 de mayo.
He was on conditions of absolute sobriety and then committed these new crimes after.
Él estaba bajo condiciones de sobriedad absoluta y cometió estos nuevos crímenes.
Counsel.
Abogada defensora.
Unfortunately, Commissioner, I do not have much information about Mr. Florencio. There's nothing about the charges themselves that I believe are extremely alarming. This is charged as a third offense OWI, along with some additional misdemeanors.
Tengo mucha información que compartir, su señoría, no conozco mucha información sobre el señor Florencio. Estos son cargos que no son extremadamente graves. Es un cargo por manejar en estado de ebriedad por tercera vez. Son delitos menores.
Mr. Florencio is a young man, as sitting here before you today, he's 24 years old.
El señor Florencio es un señor joven, tiene 24 años de edad, ahora delante de usted.
And other than the admittedly very recent missed court appearance,
Y aún con la falta de presentarse a la corte muy recientemente,
I'm not aware of any other prior failures to appear.
desconozco alguna información de haber faltado a la corte aparte de esa vez.
And certainly Mr. Florencio had the obligation of appearing in court in connection with a prior criminal case.
Y con certitud el señor Florencio sí tenía la obligación de presentarse para la corte en su caso anterior.
Based on the fact that the complaint does reference a second conviction for OWI that remains on his driving record.
Basado en lo mencionado, debía tener una condena por manejar en estado de ebriedad por segunda vez.
Mr. Florencio has a case pending in Brown County. It's another OWI third.
Sorry, Your Honor, the defendant is signaling with his hand.
Sir,
Señor, tiene un caso pendiente del condado de Brown. Señor, ¿nos escucha?
Hey, es que me dijeron que yo falté a un corte, pero yo nunca falté a dos cortes.
It was mentioned that I missed court, but I've never missed court.
there is a 26 CM 167 pending in Brown County.
Hay un caso con número 26 CM 167 pendiente del condado de Brown.
He's actually on bail monitoring or remote breath testing on that.
Ahí está bajo una fianza de tomar pruebas del aliento.
And it looks like a warrant was issued in regards to that for violations that were alleged.
Y parece que se impuso una orden de su arresto por haber cometido unas violaciones en esas condiciones alegadamente.
And now there's new violations, given the new arrest and the new allegations.
Y dado este nuevo arresto y los nuevos alegatos, hay nuevas violaciones de las reglas de monitoreo de fianza.
No, es que yo fui al corte este pasado viernes con con mi abogado y ya pasó todo eso, ya todo estaba bien. Pero ahorita el policía de Fitchburg estaba diciendo que yo estaba tomando, pero nunca tomé. Like yo tenía el breathalyzer, el cosita conmigo y todos los tiempos que yo hice la prueba de alcohol, yo pasé las pruebas. ¿O cómo me va a decir que yo estaba tomando si estoy pasando las pruebas?
Momento. I did have court up there on Friday, and I did go there with my attorney, and I believe that all the matters there, that everything there that day was resolved, taken care of in the proper way. And now the Fitchburg police are saying that I had been drinking, but I had not been drinking. I had the breathalyzer with me. I was doing my tests. I passed all my tests for the breathalyzer. I was not drinking.
Well, Mr. Florencio, you want to stop talking? Anything you say can be used against you.
Bueno, todo lo que usted diga aquí delante del tribunal se puede usar en contra de usted. Debe dejar de hablar abiertamente.
The report from the Brown County case says May 24th, you tested at 0.02.
En el reporte del condado de Brown dice del 24 de mayo que usted salió con una prueba de 0.02.
Then you missed tests at May 24th at 6 a.m.
Y luego que usted faltó las pruebas el 24 de mayo a las 6 de la mañana.
May 25th at 6 a.m.
El 25 de mayo a las 6 de la mañana.
May 26th, or May 25th at 10 p.m. and May 26th again at 6 a.m.
Y el 25 de mayo a las 10 de la noche y también el 26 de mayo a las 6 de la mañana.
And in that case, he has multiple violation reports and cash bond posted.
Y en ese caso tiene varias violaciones y una fianza de caución.
Given the pending case and the recent recency of new alleged violations,
Dado el caso pendiente y los alegados violaciones recientes,
I will set cash bail in the amount of $1,500.
voy a colocar la fianza en $1,500.
I will order that you are not to possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action.
Será ordenado que usted no posea ni consuma alcohol mientras que el caso esté pendiente.
You are not to go armed with any firearms as that is, or any weapons as that is described by statute.
Que no estarás en posesión de armas como se describe bajo el estatuto.
And you are not to operate a motor vehicle during the pendency of this action.
Y que no esté operando ningún vehículo mientras que este caso esté pendiente.
We are adjourned in Mr. Florencio's case.
Estamos concluidos en el caso del señor Florencio.
Next is Elvira Lopez.
Elvira Lopez. Is that all?
Lopez.
They request a live stream interpretation. Court will call 26 CF 1164.
La corte va a llamar en el acta 26 CF 1164.
State of Wisconsin versus Elvia Lopez.
Estado de Wisconsin contra Elvia Lopez.
Appearances.
Comparecencias.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Fiscal Cook por parte del Estado.
Elvia Lopez is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni.
Elvia Lopez está presente en el tribunal con la abogada Tracy Lencioni.
This is a special appearance.
Es una comparecencia especial.
We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading.
Recibido una copia de la denuncia criminal y anunciamos que se lea abiertamente.
It appears as though the address is the proper mailing address.
Parece que la dirección es la dirección correcta
And Ms. Lopez is eligible for a public defender.
y la señorita López está elegible para un defensor público.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint.
He revisado la denuncia criminal.
I do make a probable cause finding and enter not guilty as to any misdemeanors.
Determino que hay un motivo fundado y entro en el acto una declaración no culpable para los delitos menores.
88 Cook, I know that an interpreter was requested for the live stream. Was there a victim who wishes to make a statement or just for interpretation while listening in?
They don't wish to speak, just wanted to hear. Sorry.
Fiscal asistente Cook, hay una solicitud para la interpretación por la incursión de Televisa, pero quisiera saber de usted si también la víctima desea hacer algún comentario sobre la fianza.
Then state's position on bail.
I'm sorry, the interpreter needed to hear that.
They don't wish to speak, they just wanted to be able to hear.
Ellos no desean hablar, solamente querían escuchar. Posición del Estado sobre la fianza.
State's position on bail.
Posición del Estado sobre la fianza.
The state is requesting $50,000 cash,
El Estado quiere pedir $50,000 de fianza.
no contact with Rafael A.G.,
Ningún contacto con Rafael A.G.,
no use or possession of dangerous weapons,
ningún uso o posesión de armas peligrosas,
and a ban from the 1,200 to 1,600 blocks of trailways.
y ninguna presencia en la cuadra 1200 hasta el 1600 de Trailway Drive.
The Ms. Lopez has a history of cash bond.
La señorita López tiene una historia de tener que tener fianza bajo caución.
Was not supposed to have direct contact with the victim, but then alleged to have committed some violence.
Y tenía condición de no tener contacto con la víctima y ahora se alega violencia contra la víctima.
The allegations in this case are very dangerous and a small child was present during the whole thing.
Los alegatos en esta denuncia son bien peligrosos y ocurrieron en la presencia de un pequeño niño.
The state believes that a large cash bond is necessary to protect the victim and because GPS is full.
And what?
GPS monitoring
Es,
unavailable.
el Estado opina que una fianza de caución de un valor bien alto es necesario para proteger a la víctima y el programa de monitoreo de personas en fianza bajo aparatos GPS no está disponible.
Attorney Lencioni.
Abogado Lencioni.
Sure.
So, Commissioner, we are requesting that you consider, let me just simply concede that this is probably a case where you would set cash bail.
Bueno, nosotros quisiéramos pedir respetuosamente, aunque podemos conceder que este es uno de esos casos en la cual usted y probablemente estaría imponiendo una fianza de caución.
However, we would propose that you consider setting cash bail in the $1,000 to $2,000 range.
Quisiéramos proponer que se haga una fianza entre $1,000 y $2,000.
And this is based on Ms. Lopez's eligibility for public defender representation.
Eso es basado en que la señorita López califica para la representación del defensor público.
Not only on this case, but the 2 prior misdemeanor cases that are open.
No solamente en este caso, pero también en los 2 casos pendientes por 2 delitos menores.
Ms. Lopez is not contesting the no contact with the particular person, nor is she at this time contesting the geographic limitations that the state is requesting.
La señorita López no se opone a la orden prohibiendo contacto o la prohibición geográfica recomendado por el Estado.
Ms. Lopez has lived in Wisconsin all of her life, and I'm not aware of any prior missed court appearances.
La señorita López ha vivido en Wisconsin toda su vida y no tengo información de alguna falta de parecer a sus audiencias en el pasado.
And until a short time ago, she was employed at a local fast food restaurant.
Ella estaba trabajando en un restaurante local de comida.
So for those reasons, we would request a much lower amount of bail than the state has proposed, as I mentioned, in the $1,000 to $2,000 range.
Queremos pedir una fianza mucho más baja de la que es solicitada por el Estado, algo entre $1,000 y $2,000.
Ms. Lopez has a number of 2025 and 2026 cases.
La señorita López tiene varios casos del 2025 y 2026.
The same victim is in a number of those cases.
La misma víctima está en varios de esos casos.
She has a prior conviction last year for escape.
Tiene una condena del año pasado por fugarse o escaparse.
The conduct in this case is extremely concerning,
El comportamiento en este caso es muy preocupante.
and I think protection of the victim is of the utmost importance.
Y pienso que la protección de la víctima es de urgencia plena.
I will set cash bail in the amount of $10,000.
Voy a concertar la fianza en $10,000
I will order that you are to have no contact with Rafael AG,
y que va a ver una orden prohibiendo contacto con Rafael AG.
you are not to possess or go armed with any dangerous weapons as that is described by statute.
No tendrá en su posesión o va a estar con armas peligrosas como se definen por el estatuto.
You are banned from the 1200 to 1600 block of Trailway Drive.
Estarás prohibida de estar en las cuadras 1200 hasta el 1600 de Trailway Drive.
Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
We will not waive
El
them.
tiempo para la audiencia preliminar,
We will not waive them.
no los renunciaremos.
Those are not waived, and a prelim shall be timely scheduled.
No serán renunciadas, así que una audiencia preliminar será programada.
We are adjourned in Ms. Lopez's case.
Estamos concluidos en el caso de la señorita López.
Next is Miguel Urbina.
He's final or not? Wasn't clear if they needed.
No. Does he need an interpreter?
I don't have glasses or contacts, so I'm not aware of what's going on, but I think you're out of it.
Thanks, Fred.
Does not need an interpreter? Okay.
Next.
Call 26 CF 1170, State of Wisconsin versus Miguel Urbina. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Miguel Urbina appears for this proceeding from the Dane County Jail by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Urbina, if you could please indicate by giving a thumbs up whether you have received a copy of the criminal complaint that contains the charges. Can you give me a thumbs up if you have a copy of that? Thank you. Double thumbs up even. And then is the address at 2503 Pheasant Ridge Trail the correct mailing address?
Yes, it is correct.
All right. And let's see, we have not been able to determine if Mr. Urbina is eligible for a public defender on this case.
I don't think I need one. I can represent myself.
Hold on, sir. You've got a number of charges pending. It's a criminal matter and it's a felony matter. As such, you have a right to an attorney. You should apply at the public defender's office. See if you qualify. They turn you down, you can appeal that decision. But you may want representation to make sure your interests are covered. I have reviewed this case. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on any misdemeanors. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $1,500 cash in this case and no contact with Jennifer S. This is an Act 3 eligible offense and Mr. Urbina was resisting arrest. State believes cash is necessary to protect the public and ensure his appearance.
I think there's a discrepancy right there. There was never that.
Sir, we can't talk over each other. It's your attorney's time to talk right now, so please hold. Attorney Lencioni.
We are requesting a signature bond, Commissioner. I'm not aware of any missed court appearances, and although I know that these are accusations that qualify under Act 3, that does not end the inquiry, but I do think it's relevant in your determination of regarding bail. So it appears as though the accuser did enforce the 72-hour no contact. We are not disputing the proposed non-monetary conditions of no contact. So for those reasons, we are asking that you grant Mr. Urbina a signature bond, but no objection to the non-monetary conditions.
I would note the most recent case in Dane County is 24 CM 485. There's a PSA report in that case. It gives him 4 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 2 out of 6 on failure to appear. It was filed on March 1st of 24. In that, it indicates that he does not have any prior failure to appears in the past 2 years or any prior failure to appears older than 2 years. And recommends a signature bond. In this case, we don't have a PSA report, but taking that in conjunction of these charges, these are Act 3 eligible offenses, given the charges as alleged and the prior PSA report and the conduct with the alleged resisting in the officer. I do believe that some cash bail is necessary to protect the victim. In this matter, I will set cash bail in the amount of $300. I will order no contact with Jennifer S. during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
One moment. Mr. Urbina, would you like a preliminary hearing scheduled within the next 20 days, or would you like more time in order to secure counsel for this case, whereby your case could then be scheduled for a status conference and you could at that time decide if you would like to have a preliminary hearing?
Well, speaking over, but what's going on?
He asked what is going on.
Did you say what was timely?
I'm sorry, what is going on here?
We're setting bail and you can either have your preliminary hearing sooner or waive that time and have it later. Would you like to have your preliminary hearing sooner or later, sir?
As soon as possible. I've been here.
All right, time limits are not waived. A timely preliminary hearing shall be scheduled. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is Shea Burrell for a forfeiture.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Burrell. Paperwork.
Thank you. Start of the order. Hey, yeah.
Court will call 26 FO 930, State of Wisconsin versus Shea Burrell. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the county. Ms. Burrell appears in person without counsel.
Ms. Burrell, I have what some consider good news. The police department referred up criminal charges against you. The DA's office reviewed those reports and decided not to charge you criminally. Instead, they're charging you with an ordinance violation. In this case, it's a county ordinance violation for disorderly conduct. It's similar to a parking ticket or a citation. It is non-criminal. If this is the only case holding you here today, no matter what you plead in this case, you're going to be released.
Okay.
Sometimes this is a case that can get resolved today. What is the county's offer for resolution?
The county would resolve the case for court costs.
If you were to plead guilty or no contest to this charge, I would assess court costs only of $114.50 and you would have time to pay that.
Okay.
If you want to plead not guilty, that's absolutely your right, and this case can get set for further proceedings. How do you wish to plead to this county ordinance violation?
May I ask one question?
Sure.
Will I have time to pay?
Yep, you'll have, I believe they'll give you 60 days to work with you.
Okay, I'll plead guilty now.
I'll find you guilty based upon your guilty plea. I will assess court costs of $114.50. It takes care of this case. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next is Haley Ace. Haley Ace. Here's your paper, man. You stand on the yellow X.
Court will call 26 CM 1113, State of Wisconsin versus Haley Ace, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Haley Ace appears in person in custody with law student intern Claire Conte Morgan under the supervision of attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Miss Ace has received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Miss Ace's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is not opposed to a signature bond in this case with no use or possession of controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription.
For counsel's benefit, Miss Ace was arrested. She actually posted cash bail of $250 on March 20th. Was given a date at that time on that posting document of May 18th. She failed to appear at that May 18th hearing. The cash bond was forfeited at that time. And now we're here on the return on the warrant.
Your Honor, Miss Ace mistakenly missed the court hearing. She was trying to participate and work on schoolwork, and she informed me that she was not aware of the hearing and was very upset about that. She did not mean to miss court. She intends to make every court appearance. She's lived in Wisconsin her whole life. She lives with her father, who will provide transportation to any court appearances, and she is amenable to follow any ordered conditions of release.
Are you requesting that the cash bail that was forfeited be reinstated?
Yes.
I will reinstate the cash bail that was forfeited. I will set cash bail at $250, given the missed court appearance. So the $250 that is posted will suffice. Will be released today if this is the only thing holding you. I will also order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia during the pendency of this action. Just make sure you make your court appearances.
I do need to add that the address on the complaint was incorrect. The correct address is 617 Santa Maria Drive, Arlington, Wisconsin.
The address shall be updated. We are adjourned. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Next is Nicole Thornell. Via Zoom.
Court will call 26 CM 1207, State of Wisconsin versus Nicole Thornell, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Nicole Thornell appears for this proceeding by video from the Dane County Jail. In the courtroom is attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Ms. Thornell, did you receive a copy of the criminal complaint? If you could indicate, if your answer is yes, if you could give a thumbs up, please.
What's your holding the criminal complaint?
Okay, I see a thumbs up from Ms. Thornell. We waive formal reading of the criminal complaint. I believe that I need to provide a change of mailing address. I believe the mailing address for Ms. Thornell should be 448 Connie Street, CONNIE, apartment B as in boy, in Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. I believe it is 53527. Ms. Thornell, is that the correct mailing address? And if so, could you indicate with a thumbs up?
Yes, that's where I live now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Ms. Thornell is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas on her behalf. State's position on bail.
State is recommending a signature bond, no consumption or possession of controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription, and no consumption or possession of alcohol.
No objection.
I will then give Ms. Thornell a signature bond. I will order that you not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. I will also order that you not use or possess any alcohol during the pendency of this action. We are adjourned.
Next is Alina Natal. Alina Natal. Big one. Stand with Galax.
Court will call 26 CF 1179, State of Wisconsin versus Alina Natal, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Ms. Alina Natal appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. It does appear that the address on the complaint is the correct mailing address. And it appears as though when we spoke with Ms. Natal that she did not qualify for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding as to the misdemeanor charge against this defendant, all charges against this defendant, and enter a not guilty plea as the misdemeanor charge against this defendant. Ms. Natal, you've been given a copy of the public defender application form. This is our criminal charges. You have a right to an attorney in this case. You want to make sure that you apply at the public defender's office, see if you qualify for a court appointment. If they turn you down, you can always appeal that decision or hire an attorney at your own expense. For today's purposes, Attorney Lencioni represents you only for the initial appearance. State's position on bail.
Signature bond, no contact with the co-defendant Ramon Carter, ROMON, and no use or possession of dangerous weapons.
Any objection?
No objection.
I will then order a signature bond. I will order that you are to have no contact with Roman Carter during the pendency of this action, and you are not to go armed with any dangerous weapons as that is defined by statute.
Since you don't know if you qualify. Waive the time limit, just in case more time.
Time limits will waive.
Time limits are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned in Ms. Natal's case. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, right, please.
Next is Maya Slow.
It's wrong. This paperwork, please stand on the yellow lights.
Court will call 26 CF 1160, State of Wisconsin versus Maya Schlau, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Ms. Maya Schlow appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading.
Okay, what about the jobs?
No PO box. Okay. We'll have to come back to the issue of the address, but Ms. Shaw was eligible for a public defender. Is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. There's a victim who I believe was here before.
I am here now.
All right, sir. Can you please state and spell your name?
My name is Curtis James Talaferro II. CURTIS Talaferro TALIAFERRO Roman numeral 2.
Sir, this is your opportunity to tell the court what you think I should do in setting bail here today.
And can I need to say one thing to Maya first. Maya, I applied for guardianship and we're going through it. No,
Sir,
you're not, just listen.
Sir, no, this is, you've been muted. Now, this is your opportunity to tell the court what you think I should do in regards to setting bail. That's what it's here for today.
Make sure I would know that the 72-hour no time back was enforced between the defendant and this individual.
This is your day.
So, sir, you need to direct your statements to me, and this is your opportunity to tell me what you think I should do in setting bail.
I said, ma'am, signature bond and for conditions of bail that if she comes here to see the child, she needs to be like with a friend or her baby daddy. I don't care. I want her to have a relationship with her child. I'm not going to be like that. So, ma'am, please give her signature bond. She needs my child needs a little help and I'm trying to do that, but that's a different story. So what we're gonna do, signature bond and condition when she comes here that she has somebody with her. Because that's what my rental agent asked too, that would be, so there would be no problems for me and her, because we both have a volatile situation. Back in September, I had a battery against her, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. The court will take those statements under advisement when setting bail here today.
Okay,
State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond, no contact with Curtis T, and a ban from the 900 block of Vernon Avenue.
Is that what you did?
I'm arguing that.
Sir, I understand your position. Now it's everybody else's turn.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Attorney Lencioni.
Obviously, Commissioner, we have no objection to the court setting a signature bond. However, I think that it would, how should I put this? I think both sides would be interested in there being contact with the location and with the residents and with Curtis, only if Ms. Schlo was accompanied by another adult. It sounds as though Curtis has Ms. Schlo's child.
We don't want to talk about the facts of the case, okay, hon?
My child.
I understand, and we're trying to make it so that you can go there.
I have no stable place for my kids. I want back to my mom's house. I have a stable place for my kid. He's unsafe with my dad. My dad.
Ms. Schlo also needs to get her child and move back with her mom. So for those reasons, we're asking a slight modification, just with, I suppose, an added layer of security to to carve out an exception to the no context to allow Ms. Schlo to go there, hopefully once with another adult to get her child and then go live with her
I don't
mother.
know the legal standing regarding the child. I heard guardianship, so I'm not gonna make any orders in regards to the obtaining of the child because I have no facts whatsoever in regards to that.
I
What
understand.
do have is this case here today. I am gonna give Ms. Schlo a signature bond. I'm gonna order that there not be any contact with Curtis T unless Ms. Schlo is accompanied by another adult. I want parties to be aware that there was a 72-hour no contact signed, so there can be, contrary to my order, there cannot be any contact whatsoever until after.
And Commissioner, it does appear that that may have expired a couple hours.
All right, never mind, we don't have to worry about that. And in regards to phone contact, I will allow that as well. So it's no in-person contact unless there's another adult present. Time limits as to the preliminary
Any
hearing.
question? Want your next court date sooner or set out a lease?
We will not waive time limits.
Time limits are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned in Ms. Schlo's cases.
Attorney Lencioni, did you have an address?
What address?
My mom's, but I
What
don't
is
know
it?
her. I don't know her address.
Okay, so Ms. Schlo will need to provide that to the court after her release. She will be living with,
The jail has it. I gave it to the jail, but they looked.
but you don't have it
I
now.
don't know. It's in my phone.
Okay.
There is an address listed on the booking information on County Highway app.
Yeah.
Let's use that.
4790 Highway app.
Yeah, that's my mom's address.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray.
We are adjourned.
Hey, this way. Next is Ornella Williams. This way is. You sound real.
Roll call 26 CF 1161, State of Wisconsin versus Orilla Williams, appearances.
Hear about.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Of course I will, but,
I just need to go home to my son.
okay,
He's gonna graduate.
Okay.
Grade.
okay,
I don't know if I'll meet up here.
Okay.
My son.
okay. Okay. Ms. Arilla Williams is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. Is the Bram Street or the Job Center a better mailing address for you? Job Center or that, where you get mail?
I get it at the job.
Okay, so for mailing, we should use the Job Center on Aberg Avenue. And we have not been able to determine if Ms. Williams qualifies for a public defender on this case.
Will my public defender be the same?
Only if you apply.
Ms. Williams has been given a copy of the information form regarding the application for the public defender's office. Make sure that you apply to get representation. This is a felony matter in regards to this case, and you have a right to an attorney. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on the misdemeanor charge. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash and no contact with Samia G. Samiya. This is now Miss Williams' third open felony case, and her exposure is only growing, so cash is appropriate at this point.
Attorney Lencioni.
Ms. Williams is requesting a signature bond. She has no money to post bail, she's said, and she has a son who's in 8th grade. He's about to graduate from 8th grade, and she would, of course, love to be there and present for his graduation ceremony. So for those reasons, we're asking for a signature bond. There's no objection to the non-monetary condition proposed.
Ms. Williams has a number of cases pending. They are all felony matters. The potential penalty keeps increasing. This one does allege violence, making it Act 3 eligible. Given all of that, I do believe some cash bail is necessary to protect the public from Ms. Williams and to assure her appearance at future court dates. I will set it in the amount of $200. I will order during the pendency of this action that you are to have no contact with Samia G. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing counsel.
Do you want your next court date very soon, or is that out of ways? Okay, Ms. Williams will waive the time limit.
Time limit is waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Next is Antonio Castro. That's true. Paperwork, sir? You stand the yellow lights.
Court will call 26 CF 1162, State of Wisconsin versus Antonio Castro. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Antonio Castro is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have been provided a copy of the criminal complaint. Is this your address? It says 212 South Water Street, Apartment B.
Yeah,
That is your current mailing address?
I think it's, no, I think it's 2012.
2012? This says 1107. This says
When
212.
was that from?
I don't, today, I suppose. What's the mailing address? This is a state.
Get that one.
This one? Okay. So we need to change the address. Mr. Castro, I believe, can receive mail at 1107 Water Street, Apartment B in Stoughton, 53589. And he's eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on his behalf to count 1, state's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash, no possession or consumption of alcohol, and a ban from the 200 block of Water Street in Stoughton. This is Mr. Castro's 4th open case, and he has been granted some signature bonds in the past, but has continued to commit new crimes and failed to appear for an initial appearance on March 26, 2026.
Counselor.
We're asking for a signature bond, Commissioner. These are all bail jumping charges where the factual basis is that Mr. Castro was drinking contrary to bond, criminalizing what would normally be legal conduct for him being over 21 years of age. There's no objection to the non-monetary conditions being proposed, and as I mentioned, he is indigent, having been found eligible for public defender representation, has resided in Wisconsin for over a decade, and until he is receiving disability benefits at this time. And for those reasons, we'd ask you to consider a signature bond.
I note that the area where Mr. Castro was allegedly passed out, he's not supposed to be. He's a nuisance in the area per the landlord. He's got a condition of not to use or possess alcohol. He's got a prior failure to appear. He's a 0.149. As indicated by the PBT. Given all of that, I believe some cash bail is necessary to assure Mr. Castro's appearance at future court dates. I will set cash bail in the amount of $200. I will order that you are not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you are banned from the 200 block of Stoughton.
Do you want your
Time
next court
limits.
date very soon, or do you want it set up?
I shouldn't get my post back.
Okay, do you want your next court date sooner or set up?
A little bit.
Okay, Mr. Castro will waive the time limits.
Those are waived and a status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned in Mr. Castro's case.
Next is Jeffrey Lau.
I'm gonna get to you, Blair, I swear.
Jeffrey Lau. Big one. There we go.
Court will call 26 CF 48, State of Wisconsin versus Jeffrey Lau,
Hear about
appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Jeffrey Lau is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I believe we've been given a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. Mail should be sent in care of the Beacon for Mr. Lau, and he is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. Do make a probable cause finding, state's position on bail.
State is requesting $3,000 cash and that Mr. Lau comply with the sex offender registry. It's alleged that Mr. Lau has been ordered lifetime SORP and GPS, but has intentionally not complied with that.
Attorney Lencioni.
I ask that you, Commissioner, follow the recommendation of the Public Safety Assessment Report, which recommends a signature bond with conditions. There is certainly no objection to the non-monetary condition that Mr. Lau comply with the registry. He is eligible for public defender representation, and he has lived in Wisconsin all of his life. He has provided an address that is just a short distance from the courthouse. I am not aware of missed court dates. And so for those reasons, we would ask for a signature bond. I suppose I'd also like to point out the date range in the criminal complaint as far as count 1, and that ends in the middle of November of 2025, yet the Dane County DA's office did not actually compose a complaint until early January of this year. So there is a bit of a delay in toward the end of the time frame in which Mr. Lau is alleged to not have had the GPS tracking device charged or in functioning order. I think that somewhat indicates that this isn't a hot priority for the Dane County DA's office. So I would bring that up just in further support of a signature bond.
In reviewing the criminal complaint, it looks like the specialist is going to extra lengths to make sure that Mr. Lau gets charging cables, even though he's homeless, to make sure he can charge his electronic monitoring GPS. And they made arrangements to get another new charger. He didn't show up. Seems like homelessness is a large factor in regards to this. Compliance needs to occur, but the PSA report does recommend a signature bond. Given all of that, I am going to give Mr. Lau a signature bond. I'm going to order that you comply with the sex offender registry program. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Sooner or sooner? Doesn't matter.
Sooner? Okay. Mr. Lau will not waive the time limit.
Time limits are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned.
So record registration. Next is Osmar Bautista for bail bond. This one. What about these?
Court will call 25 CT 142, State of Wisconsin versus Osmar Bautista. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Osmar Bautista appears in person with law student intern Claire Conte Morgan under the supervision of attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance.
We are set for a bail hearing. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash and no operation of a motor vehicle without a driver's license or functioning IID. Mr. Bautista had a bench warrant issued on July 1st, 2025, which was not served until May 24th this year, and failed to comply with conditions of previous signature bonds. He also has somewhat dated missed court appearances in Columbia and Dodge County.
Counsel.
Mr. Bautista understands that cash would be appropriate in this matter. He did miss court for a significant amount of time. After speaking with him earlier, he did let me know that he chose not to go to court at the time because his family was out of the country and he was not supposed to be operating a motor vehicle and he had no way to get to court. However, he does understand that not attending court at that time does bear consequences and that he still was supposed to go to court. He is requesting a cash bond of $250 as he would be unable to post more than that at this time.
Mr. Bautista missed his initial appearance on a citation that was given to him. He was given the luxury of a signature bond. After that, he then failed to appear as detailed by counsel. The first missed court appearance, there was an immediate scheduling of the initial appearance. It looks like Mr. Bautista called in to try to arrange it right away. This one did leave a lengthy period of time since the warrant issuance. I will set cash bail in the amount of $250 and reinstate all non-monetary conditions. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is Brett Olson. Oh. Brett Olson. Paperwork certainly stand with all us.
Court will call 26 CF 1169, State of Wisconsin versus Brett Olson. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Brett Olson appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have been provided a copy of the criminal complaint. The address on the complaint is correct. We waive formal reading. Mr. Olson is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding as to any misdemeanors and enter not guilty, make a probable cause finding as to the complaint, enter not guilty pleas as to the misdemeanors. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $6,000 cash, no operation of a motor vehicle, and no consumption or possession of any alcohol. This is Mr. Olson's 7th, 8th, or 9th OWI, depending. In Juneau County, he has an open one, which is the basis of the bail jumping here. He was originally on $10,000 bond in Juneau County after a failure to appear in 2024, and also was picked up in October of 25 before an IA in November 25, and then also has a standalone bail jumping case in Juneau County.
Counsel.
I understand that in the accusation that the number of offense in this case is alarming, and the fact that there's another pending OWI matter in Juneau County definitely works against Mr. Olson. However, I would point out by my reading in the criminal complaint, prior to these two allegations of operating while intoxicated, it seems that reference to the most recent OWI case for which there was a conviction is on October of 2009. We're coming up about 2 years old on the prior failure to appear. There had been no failures to appear in the looking beyond 2 years from now. He has provided a Wisconsin address. He has lived in Wisconsin all of his life. He is self-employed in the area of construction. He is a veteran. And so despite the missed court appearance, despite the pending nature of the other case, we are asking for a signature bond. There's no objection to the non-monetary conditions proposed by the state.
He's got a number of OWIs, one pending, and it's hard to tell if he had 7 or 8. If you look at the bottom of the driving record, it actually indicates that from 1987, he missed an assessment interview. So there's one even older than that. That doesn't show up on here. But there is a PSA report in this case. It gives him 6 out of 6 on new criminal activity, 4 out of 6 on failure to appears, and recommends cash bail. Given the number of operating while intoxicated offense, given the other one pending, given the missed court appearance, I do set cash bail in the amount of $2,000. I'll order that you not operate a motor vehicle. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Do you want your next court date to be scheduled soon, called a preliminary hearing, or do you want the next court date set out or? You want to wait time limit? Okay. Mr. Olson, we'll waive time limits.
Time limits are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. We are adjourned to Mr. Olson's case. Good luck to you, sir.
Right this way, please. Next is Sean Lindsay for bail bond hearing. Sean Lindsay. You stand with the yellow lights.
Protocol 20 CF 1437 appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
That's all I. It's gonna represent to.
Okay.
And they never got back to me.
Got it.
Stephanie.
Okay, Sean Lindsay is in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance.
State's position on bond.
State is requesting $10,000 cash and standard non-monetary conditions. Mr. Lindsay failed to appear on March 9th, 2026, served on May 22nd, and also failed to appear back in 2020 after a signature bond. There's a flee and elude in the underlying charges and was in warrant status for 5 years before this.
Attorney Lencioni.
Mr. Lindsay attempted to reach his counsel to inform him that he had to work and was unable to attend court, never receiving word back. So he had at that time, I understand that it was some time ago, but he indicates that back at that time, he did take steps to try to get a court date moved because it conflicted with his work schedule.
The first missed court appearance, Mr. Lindsay was out on a warrant status for almost 5 years. They said $150 cash bail. He posted that and then promptly failed to appear again. That bail's been forfeited. And so now we're here on a return on that warrant. Given the 2 missed court appearances, that cash bail was not enough to assure your appearance at future court dates. I do believe cash bail is necessary. I will set it in the amount of $500. Then I will reinstate all non-monetary conditions. Make sure you make your next court dates.
Pay that today.
Can you? And yes, you can.
Yes.
Next is Joseph Hubbard for bail bond hearing. Joseph Hubbard. Please stand with your legs.
Court will call 26 CM 1122, State of Wisconsin versus Joseph Hubbard. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Joseph Hubbard is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance.
It's an initial appearance, counsel.
Oh, I thought it was a bail bond hearing. My apologies. We do acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaint and we waive formal reading. Mr. Hubbard, is that your current mailing address? Okay. The address on the criminal complaint is the correct mailing address, and we have not been able to determine if Mr. Hubbard is eligible for a public defender.
Mr. Hubbard, you're being given a copy of the public defender application information. This is a criminal matter. As such, you want to make sure you have an attorney who represents your interests. You can apply to the public defender's office. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision, or you can hire an attorney to represent you at your own expense. I have reviewed the complaint in this matter. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $5,000 cash and compliance with the sex offender registry. Mr. Hubbard absconded from extended supervision in Kenosha County and has been missing from the SORP program. His whereabouts have been unknown and cash bail is required under these circumstances.
Comments that might help clear up some of the facial expressions. Mr. Hubbard was expected to have 2 cases filed this afternoon. One of the cases, the referring agency was DCCR. It looks like that was going to be a sex offender violation. That was declined. It's not entirely clear from the email that we received, but we stopped expecting a complaint on that. And so we only have this misdemeanor for obstructing an officer.
That was my understanding as well.
My bad, sorry.
It's all right. Counsel, you can review the complaint and tell us if you want to change any of your recommendations.
I guess I'll reduce the request to $500 cash and keep the non-monetary condition, even though it might not be as relevant in this complaint.
Not if there's the hold.
Attorney Lencioni.
It does appear that Mr. Hubbard is in custody, not only with these newly referred charges that we're addressing today, or charge that we're addressing today, but also a DOC hold. We would obviously prefer a signature bond and leave it up to the DOC to determine if Mr. Hubbard is released from custody. But if the court is inclined to set some amount of cash bail, we would ask for a relatively low amount of cash bail in the amount of $200 to $300.
Given the charge and the alleged obstructing of the officer to avoid apprehension and the information in regards to the declined SRP violation, I do believe some cash bail is necessary to assure Mr. Hubbard's appearance at court. I will set in the amount of $200. We are adjourned.
No.
No.
Next is Austin Temple.
I have no idea.
Austin Temple. Instead of the LX.
Court will call 26 CM 1172, State of Wisconsin versus Austin Temple. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Austin Temple is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. We've been given a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its reading. The address on the complaint is the correct mailing address. Mr. Temple's eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Temple's behalf. State's position on bail.
Signature bond and a ban from the Fleet Farm.
Okay. I will order a signature bond. There was no objection. Did you say Attorney Lencioni?
There's no objection, no.
I will order a signature bond and that you are banned from all Fleet Farms during the pendency of this action. I will also order that you not use or possess any financial identification documents that are not in your name. We are adjourned.
Next is Rodney Hall.
Stand on the LX.
Roll call 26 CF 1168, State of Wisconsin versus Rodney Mouth. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Rodney Muth is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Excuse me, we have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. The address on Fisher is the proper mailing address for Mr. Muth, and he is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea as to count 2, state's position on bond.
State is requesting $1,000 cash and no contact with Brandon D. Mr. Muth has a serious history, including some prison time, and is facing possibility of steep penalties here. He was on supervision at the time of this offense and did have a bench warrant issued in September of 2024 when he missed a plea hearing.
Counsel.
So may come as a surprise, Commissioner, but I am asking for a signature bond on Mr. Muth's behalf. I do notice that he's confined also in connection with a DOC hold. I am somewhat familiar with Mr. Muth, and although there may be reference to a prior failure to appear, what I can with 100% confidence tell you is that Mr. Muth was an active participant in Dane County's drug treatment court that required semi-regular review hearings, PO meetings, meetings with treatment providers, and Mr. Muth graduated from that program successfully. So despite these recent accusations, Mr. Muth has much greater track record of appearing in court. This is the most serious charge in this complaint is a Class G felony. We are talking about, it being reported as stolen about an hour, I believe, after it had been taken. It does not, when I read the complaint, it's not characterized to me as though Mr. Muth intentionally set any sort of property belonging to another on fire. It's not charged as an intentional crime. So what the complaint tells us and what it describes is a very unfortunate result. But as far as do we need to be concerned about Mr. Muth not attending court, I can, with confidence, like I said, say no, because of what I personally observed when he was participating in our local treatment court program.
Given the representations by counsel, given the information this court has, I am going to give Mr. Muth a signature bond. I am going to order no contact with Brandon D. I'm going to order that you not operate any vehicles not titled and registered in your name. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, council.
Do you want to have your court date filed farther, or do you want to have your court date sooner?
What's the name?
I don't know yet.
Okay, yeah, as fast as possible.
Okay, we will not waive time limits.
Time limits are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned in Mr. Moose's case.
Register. Next is David Watson. David Watson.
Court will call 25 CM 2139 and 26 CM 230 for bail hearings, State of Wisconsin versus David Mortensen. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. David Mortensen appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance.
State's position on bail.
State is requesting $250 cash in each case and reinstatement of the conditions.
It's my court date. Spell. Atrial fibrillation and COPD and gallbladder surgery. It's just a
Okay.
few minutes that I took.
Okay, appreciate that information. So
I need to get.
I understand that there's a prior failure to appear for Mr. Mortensen, but the notes that he has brought here today, as well as what is reflected on the bail sheet that I have in front of me, it is consistent information in the sense that the reason Mr. Mortensen missed court, he says, is because he was hospitalized and being treated for very serious medical conditions. And so therefore he was unable to attend court. It does appear that he was brought into custody last Saturday. He has sat over the weekend. These are health conditions that, based on the description of these health conditions, they persist to this day. So Mr. Mortensen is hoping for another chance to be released from custody in connection with these cases because of his medical issues, and that providing the reason why he missed court previously.
Looking at the medical records he gave you, can you tell me when he was in treatment?
No, I did not say, I believe, medical records. I looked at handwritten notes that he had made about the reasons he had been hospitalized.
Gallbladder surgery. May I speak, Your Honor?
One moment.
Talk to your counsel first and just make sure.
Gallbladder surgery, atrial fibrillation, COPD.
Okay, so
All the.
my belief is that Mr. Mortensen would like the court to know that he was hospitalized for gallbladder surgery, AFib, and COPD. That those were his health conditions that
When were you hospitalized, sir?
ended him in the hospital.
What?
Yes.
Right around the 28th of would be my last appearance
28th of what month?
of 28th of April.
In the 25 CM matter, Mr. Mortensen has 2 prior missed appearances along with the April 30th one. In the newest case, he's got the April 30th missed court appearance. Giving Mr. Mortensen credit for what he's telling me, taking him at face value, and that what he's representing is the truth. I'm going to give him one more opportunity to appear on his own cognizance. I am going to reinstate the signature bond with non-monetary conditions. Mr. Mortensen, if you miss court again, you will be looking at cash bail. Make sure you make your court appearances. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so this way. Next is Daryl Pierce. Daryl Pierce. Sir, you can stand where we all is.
Court will call 26 CM 1203 State of Wisconsin versus Daryl Pierce. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
1 second. Mr. Daryl Pierce is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. Is the Beacon the better mailing address for you? All right. So the mailing address should be changed to the Beacon on East Washington Avenue. And Mr. Pierce is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Pierce's behalf to the charges. State's position on bail.
Signature bond and no contact with Francisco P. A ban from the Madison Metro buses and facilities, and no consumption or possession of alcohol.
Any objection to that?
No.
Okay, no objection.
I will then order a signature bond for you, sir. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. I'm going to order that you are have no contact with Francis Key and that you are banned from the Madison Metro bus
Facilities
and buses.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Ready to switch. Next is Dane Loans for forfeiture.
Been a long day. It has. We're still going.
Title. Paperwork, please stand corrected.
Court will call 26FO932, State of Wisconsin versus Bay Malum Loom appearances.
Yes.
ADA Bridget Cook for the county. Mr. Loom appears in person without counsel.
Mr. Loom, I have what some consider good news. The police department referred up criminal charges against you. The DA's office declined to charge you criminally. Instead, they've issued an ordinance violation. In this case, it is a county disorderly conduct. It is similar to a traffic ticket or a citation. It is non-criminal. If this is the only thing holding you today, you're going to get released no matter what you plead to this case. Sometimes it's a case that can get resolved today. What is the county's offer for resolution?
County would resolve the case for court costs.
If you were to plead guilty or no contest to the ordinance violation, I would find you guilty. I would assess court costs of $114.50. You would have time to pay that. If you want to plead not guilty, that's absolutely your right, and this case can get set for further proceedings. How do you wish to plead, Mr. Loom?
I'm not guilty.
I'll enter a not guilty plea and the case will get set for further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, Ms. Registrar. Next is Denise Bendy. Have you studied or paperwork? Please stand on the yellow X.
Court will call 26CM1202, State of Wisconsin versus Denise Mendy, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Denise Mendy appears in person with law student intern Claire Conte Morgan under the supervision of attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Mendy has received a copy of the criminal complaint and waives its formal reading.
Does he qualify if you know?
Huh?
We have not been able to determine yet if he qualifies for a public defender. And I do need to say that the address on the complaint was incorrect. The correct address would be the Beacon at 615 East Washington Ave in Madison.
Mr. Mendy, this is a criminal case. You've been given a copy of the application process with Public Defender's Office. You have a right to representation in this case. You should make sure you apply with the Public Defender's Office. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision or hire an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. State's position on bail.
State is recommending a signature bond with non-monetary conditions that he have no contact with Carolyn W. and a ban from the State Street and Gorham area.
No objection.
I will then order a signature bond. I will order that you have no contact with Carolyn W. and you are banned from the State Gorham area.
You say I'm banned from the state. That's the same.
No, the State Street area. They'll give you a map. Not
State
the
Langdon
state.
ban area.
Oh, I'm banned from
What it's
State
titled.
area?
Yes, you are banned from that area during the pendency of this action.
Okay, so but am I free to go today? Like really?
No, you are not free to go there until you're gonna get out of jail today if this is the only thing holding you. But you're not allowed to go to that ban area, okay?
State Street, right?
That map you've just been given, yep.
Thank you so much.
We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is Antonio Mims. Ahí estamos, Mims. Stand on the yellow lights.
Court will call 26 CM 1205, State of Wisconsin versus Antonio Mims. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Antonio Mims appears in person with law student intern Claire Conte Morgan under the supervision of attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Mims has received a copy of the criminal complaint and waives its formal reading. And was that? Is the correct mailing address, and we have determined that he is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make the probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty plea on Mr. Mims' behalf. State's position on bail.
State is recommending a signature bond and a ban from pick and save locations.
Any objection?
No objection.
I will then give you a signature bond. I will order that you are banned from all pick and saves during the pendency of this action.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. We are adjourned.
All right, please, sir, right this way. Next is Montel Branch. Branch, Montel Branch. Please stand on the yellow lights.
Court will call 25 CF 2360, State of Wisconsin versus Montel Branch. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Montel Branch appears in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. This is an IA, correct?
Yes.
All right. We do acknowledge receipt of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. Is this Randy Road? Direct mailing?
Yeah.
All right. The mailing address for Mr. Branch should be changed to 819 Brandy Road. I apologize, I don't have the zip code, but I do know that that is located, or at least I think that's located in Madison, and Mr. Branch is eligible for a public defender.
I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas to counts 2 and 3 on Mr. Branch's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash, non-monetary conditions that he have no contact with Tawana J, TWANNA, and a ban from her residence or any place she temporarily occupies. Mr. Branch has a serious and extensive criminal history in Illinois. And with the victim intimidation allegation in this case, we believe that cash is necessary to protect the victim and the public.
Attorney Lencioni, it looks like the warrant that was issued for him has a execution of the Dane County Jail. I don't know if he turned himself in.
That's my note. That's I was gonna lead with that. So we are asking for a signature bond. My notes do indicate that Mr. Branch turned himself in. These events that led up to the charges being filed are alleged to have happened on August 12 of 2025. This complaint that I'm glancing at, that we all have a copy of, it looks like it was prepared 2 months later by one of the assistant district attorneys in the Dane County DA's office. I mean, I don't know what more Mr. Branch could do to demonstrate that he's not trying to run from this. And so by virtue of the fact that he turned himself in, the fact that he's lived in Wisconsin, it seems for the last 4 years, his eligibility for public defender representation, the fact that he has extended family members and friends who reside here, the fact that he receives assistance in the form of, healthcare and food stamps, and that his last employment was at a local business. I think all of that lends itself to the fact that a signature bond would be appropriate in this circumstance, despite the nature of the charges that appear in the complaint. Okay, and there's no objection on Mr. Branch's part to the no contact non-monetary condition that the state's proposing.
I will give Mr. Branch a signature bond, given that he did turn himself in. I give him credit for trying to resolve the situation and address the issues instead of staying out in warrant status. I do believe that given that he will show up on his own recognizance. I will order no contact with Tawana J during the pendency of this action or her residence. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing, counsel.
Next. Right away with preliminary hearing, or do you want to have your next court date set outside?
Well, where we're about to be staying here while I'm on court, will I be in jail?
No, you're gonna be released on a signature bond as long as there's nothing else holding you in.
Oh, with whatever the judge says, I'll come.
Oh, I know, but do you want your court date sooner or later?
So,
Okay. Mr. Branch will not waive time limits.
Time limits are not waived. A preliminary hearing shall be timely scheduled. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
right. What goes on now?
You're gonna find out your next court date and they're gonna process you for release.
Next is Randy Brown.
Hello? Just here.
Roll call 26 CF 1165, State of Wisconsin versus Randy Brown, appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Randy Brown is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive formal reading. I do have a different mailing address to provide for Mr. Brown. My understanding is that mail should be sent to 1001 O'Keefe Avenue, number 128 in Sun Prairie 53590. And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Brown is eligible for a public defender on this case.
Mr. Brown, this is a felony matter and a criminal matter. As such, you have a right to an attorney representing you and your interests. They've just given you a public defender's information sheet on how to apply. Make sure you apply and see if you qualify for an attorney at state expense. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision or hire an attorney at your own expense. We are set for initial appearance here today. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter not guilty pleas on your behalf to the misdemeanor charges. State's position on bail.
State is requesting $500 cash, no contact with Desiree G, DESIRAE, and no contact with Teray G, TERAE. It's G as in giraffe on both of those, and no consumption or possession of alcohol. In support of the cash request, the 72-hour no contact provision was enforced, and Mr. Brown was already out on bail for a DV offense with the same victim. The allegations are for very violent actions. So due to the need to protect the community, the state is requesting cash.
Attorney Lencioni.
Mr. Brown is requesting a signature bond in this case. He's provided a local address in Sun Prairie. He has resided in Dane County for the last 5 years. He has substantial ties that keep him in Dane County. He has a set of twins and one son. Those three children are very young. They do live with him. He has been employed for the last year at a local company. And so for those reasons, and coupled with the fact that I'm not aware of any prior missed court appearances, we are asking that the court order a signature bond, but no objection to the non-monetary conditions.
Don't see any missed court appearances. I see the current pending case, and case is much older. Given all of that, I am going to give Mr. Brown an opportunity to appear in his own recognizance. I am going to order a signature bond. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Desiree G or Teray G, and you are not to possess or consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. Time limits as to the preliminary hearing.
Questions, do you want to have your court date right away or out in time? I know you don't have a lawyer in this case. But you need time
Yeah, too late.
to get away.
Mr. Brown will waive the time limits.
Time limits are waived. A status conference shall be scheduled. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is Farah Harris.
Harris. Big one, the yellow lights.
Court will call 26 CM 1196, State of Wisconsin versus Farah Harris. Appearances.
ADA Bridget Cook for the state.
Mr. Farah Aris appears in person with law student intern Claire Conte Morgan under the supervision of attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Aris has received a copy of the criminal complaint and waives its formal reading. And it is determined that he is not eligible for a public defender.
Is the address on the criminal complaint correct? 1819 Aberger, the best mailing address for you, sir?
Yes.
You've been given a copy of the public defender application information form.
Yes.
This is a criminal matter. As such, you have a right to an attorney. Make sure you apply for them. If they turn you down, you can appeal that decision. And as for a court-appointed attorney, you can also hire your own attorney at your own expense. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I do make a probable cause finding. I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Aris's behalf. State's position on bail.
State is requesting a signature bond with non-monetary conditions that Mr. Ayers have no contact with the co-defendant Tommy Crawford, a ban from Beacon properties, and no consumption or possession of alcohol.
Any objection?
Objections, Your Honor.
I will then give you a signature bond, sir. I'm going to order during the pendency of this action, you have no contact whatsoever with Tommy Crawford. You are banned from the Beacon property, and then you are not to use or possess any, consume any alcohol during the pendency of this action. We are adjourned. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. Right, switch it, thanks. Thank you.
That's everyone today.